I'm here on A-Site Mirage, and I've got some new secrets and tech for you. Let's start with everyone's favorite corner, Firebox. So you can actually make this jump if you jump up and you have a well-timed crouch like so. You can use that for an off angle to peak ramp, or if you want to jump over and kill the guy Firebox. Now, some people know you can make that previous jump, but did you know you can also do it this way as well? Now the trick here is you don't want to get in this corner, you'll hit your head, right? But you do want to be on this little lip right here, and you just kind of want to jump to the side, like so. If you practice this jump, and you can literally do it blind, here's a cool smoke you can also throw. So we're going to actually crouch, you're going to wedge yourself in this corner, and right here where this top box kind of meets with these boards, we're going to put our -3, and you're going to do a right click throw. So right about here. It doesn't have to be perfect, but see how my -3 is right where this darker board is? And we're just going to drop it. That will plume like this. Now you might be saying, why would I smoke myself off? Well, if you're the last person in Firebox and you throw that smoke, and you know this jump, which I'd wedge yourself in the corner, take a step back, and then jump up, you're now on top of the box. Everyone's going to be assuming you're in the smoke, but they're not going to be shooting up. They're going to be shooting at Firebox. They're going to be thinking you're default, and boom, you're here. It can buy you just a couple seconds. If the bomb's planted here, it might be a little risky because you're smoking the bomb, but you can drop off this way and try to spray them. If the bomb's planted here, it's great. Here's what that smoke looks like from an outside point of view. So they will know you're there when you throw it. That's okay because you're going to be on top of the box. Right, it covers a lot of this. It covers Ninja. It gives you a lot of places to play around. They're going to be thinking you're doing either messed up a smoke or you're trying to do some weird like angle cutting smoke where you can kind of fight this and be safe. I've got another sneaky thing you can do at Firebox. There's this gap in this box, and you can actually see in front of jungle here. See those 3 bots? That's what they are over here. You are exposed to stairs, so either you're taking a risk or you got to know that there's no way they can be stairs or at least see you from stairs, okay? Especially with an op. Now, how often do you find yourself trying to defuse the bomb right here and the guy's palace? You tap it, you can play around with it. You're probably going to die. A trick you can do is tap it, jump up on this box, and hold here. He won't be expecting you. Here's a boost I see once in a while, but a lot of people forget about it. If you have your teammate boost you right behind triple, you get a nice little head glitch looking at ramp. You fight anyone here, and if you position yourself correctly, you can only be seen by your head over down connector as well. And here's what the boost looks like coming out of ramp. This is what it looks like down in connector. Here's a jump that's one of my favorite, and I'm sure a lot of you already know it. Wedge yourself between the board and the box, and with a well-timed crouch, you can get up on top of this box. However, you are a little exposed from jungle and connector. People often forget that you can boost sandwich. This is great in a post plant. Try to catch some people retaking off guard. There's one head coming out of jungle, and you can kind of see this guy's. They can sneak up on you though, be careful. It's also good if you kind of crouch and sit back. Here's what that boost looks like coming out of jungle. A lot of people don't realize there's a pretty cool angle here on Tetris. So if you jump up on the cinder blocks and move to the side, you'll get popped up just enough to see over this box. You can actually see a lot of spots on site. You can't see triple, but you can see someone coming out of CT and someone back here on site and right there. And here's what the boost looks like from site. You can just see a little head over Tetris. Just about everyone knows you can get on top of the ticket booth to get some different angles or maybe to look over a smoke that's over here. Now, if you are going to jump on this, try and jump up here and not on top of these boards. You can do it, it's a little bit tougher. That's easier. And then when you're trying to get on top of the ticket booth, that's possible, but again, if you get on the boards, you'll have a little bit easier of a time. While we're hanging out in CT, here's a cool little boost you can do. So the first player is going to want to get on the trash can. They're going to crouch, and they're going to shimmy all the way to the side, allowing the other player to step up like this, and on their head, they can stay crouched because you can see plenty over here. Get a nice angle on the site. So as you can see, you can't be seen from this side of new box, but you can be from right here. This isn't the most useful tip, but maybe one day it'll help you get a kill. You can actually see through the scaffolding here, right? You can see if someone's on top of the box. You can see down through here into this corner. And right here, you can see down into this corner. Pretty crazy. You can use these same gaps up here the other way. So Like if you jump on this box, you can see a little bit on Tetris. You can actually see right there, and you just watch for movement. You might be able to get some spam damage, or even just some info to peek. Another thing you can do is if you you don't want to show your head out of this, but if you just kind of grab the stair, you can look at the top of stairs right here and watch to see if someone comes over it. Something I don't see enough is people throwing nades over stairs. So even if you just do a little throw with a molly or an AG like that, or you can even bounce smoke in like that. These are all sneaky ways to throw it. It's a little safer than throwing it from here or over one of these boxes where you're a little bit more vulnerable. You can do the same thing from on scaffolding as well. That's a little easier to see too. This one's pretty silly and I don't ever see an actual use for it in game, but I just want to show you guys. If you get a nade just right, there's a little hole here. You can actually do damage to someone. Again, I don't know what's the point of doing that when you could just do the same thing like that. Much easier lineup. But hey, it's pretty funny that you can throw a nade under there. My last secret tip for you is under these boxes, you can see just a little bit. You can't, if they're on those back steps, so see how the ground's raised here, it doesn't really help you. But if they're close to the triple box, you can see their feet before they peek, which might just give you just a split second enough of a warning, or if they're just kind of stationary. But if you have an op or another scope weapon, you can actually see through this box just a little bit right here, right? So here's what I was talking about with the feet on the sides. If that guy's not quite in the right position, but you can also see through this box. I hope you found some of those secrets and new tech useful. Let me know what map you want to see next. Have a good one. Peace.